Oh my god, Nifty, I know there's so much I have to do, but I cannot stop thinking about this man. I am sitting and thinking about this man all this time and it's making me upset. Why is he not texting me? Why is he not showing up the way I want him to? And blah, 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 blah. Hi guys, my name is Nifty and here we talk all about mindset, manifestation, and personal development. And today we are going to talk about how to stop stressing about a man and actually focus on your goals. Okay, let's establish some things first. First off, you're here watching this video. That means you are a girly who is into personal development. You are somebody who wants a better life for yourself. You are somebody who understands manifestation. Yet you are here today sitting and thinking about a man that you clearly should not be thinking about and stressing about him and giving him so much of your time and attention and energy that you know that you shouldn't be doing. But we are here anyways, and we get carried away sometimes. We are emotional creatures and that's completely okay. And today we are going to break that stressing once and for all. Okay, so let me tell you some of the things that you might be going through in your life right now. First off, you know that there's things that you want to manifest, there's goals that you want to hit, there is those manifestations that you're calling in, and maybe this person, this special person, this man, or you are attracting a loved one. Maybe that is one of your manifestation. But because you are not focused on your one manifestation, you see that none of your manifestations are coming true. You are all over the place and nothing is actually going your way because you are now living in a constant state of stress because of this XYZ person that is not even in your reality. Number two is you are seeing that this is taking too much time. You thought manifestation was easy. You know manifestation is easy. You know that these goals that you have are meant to happen. But because your attention is divided, your manifestations are taking longer. Number three, you are under too much pressure. At this point, you feel like you should be doing something. You should be doing some new meditation. You should be doing some new distraction. You should be talking to somebody else just so you can feel detached from this person and call them into your existence. End of the day, it's so much pressure because you understand that you are in control of your reality. And if that XYZ person is not coming into your life, you must be doing something wrong, right? And number four, you are on an emotional roller coaster because this person is not showing up the way you want them to. Suddenly there's times when they do show up and you're like all happy and giggly and giddy, and then they don't, and the next day they go cold. And suddenly that person, the way that person reacts, the way that person shows up depends on how you are feeling. And if any of these things related with you, this video is for you. You know what? Girl, I get you. I get you because I was totally that girl. I was that girl that would find a man and then I would obsess over him because it's not even him, it was me. Anytime I would go out with somebody would like come into my reality, I would give that person so much time and attention, not just in a physical space, but in a mental space. I would be thinking about that person, I would be planning my future with that person. I would put in all kinds of ideas in my head of how I'm gonna post about this person on my social media once we're officially together. And all these things, I've already planned out an entire reality, an entire future with this person that just walked into my life 2 days ago. And what happens? Few days after that, months after that, maybe an year after that, suddenly this person is not living up to the expectations that I had in my head. And I'm like, oh my God, how dare you? I had so many dreams and goals and I had so much high expectations from you, but you could not live up to any of these expectations. And now I am heartbroken because I put so much of my energy and my manifestation into you, into try and predict a future about us that is not gonna happen. Girl, what are you even doing? What are you even doing, Nifty? Like, grow the fuck up. Okay, come on. I know you get me because this is all of us, okay? In general, girls, women in general are made like this. We are made to be emotional. Anytime something new comes up, anytime a new guy comes into our life, we are wired in such a way that, oh my God, this is the one, this is going to be the man, this is the one that's going to be the father of my kids. And suddenly you start imagining this whole future in your head with this person who may or may not stick around. And end of the day, you know what's gonna happen? If this person does stick around, good, great for you. But they might just be a fleeting story in your lifeline. And suddenly, because you put so much high expectations on this person, when that person leaves, when things don't go your way, you are left heartbroken, you are left disappointed, you are left feeling unwanted because you thought that this person was it, because you gave them so much energy, you gave them so much time, you put them on a pedestal, and suddenly they don't want you, and you're like, oh my god, there must be something wrong with me. I must be doing something wrong. Maybe I'm not manifesting right, because why does that person not want me? But honey, it was you. It was you, okay? You are the one who gave him all that power. Have you ever experienced this where somebody is in your reality and then one day, for some XYZ reason, you decide that, okay, I'm gonna cut this person off. Like, I don't want to see them again. And you like break your energetic cords with this person. And that person just completely disappears out of your life like they never even existed. It does happen. You know why? Because all that power that you have, all the amazingness he is, all the hotness and the irresistibleness that he is, it's not him, it's you. You are the one who thinks he's hot. You are the one who thinks he's irresistible. You are the one who is thinking these things about him and making him powerful. He is not really that special. He is nothing. He is nobody, okay? If you take your attention away from him, if you stop focusing on him, he is an NPC. He's a non-player character in your story's background, okay? The only reason he is important, the only reason he has any power in your life is because you are actively giving your power to him. You are the one who is putting him on that pedestal. And once you realize this thing that, okay, maybe he is not that special, maybe it was me. Once you start realizing that, that is when you start taking your power back. That is when you realize that, you know what? He may come, he may go. Well, if he doesn't stay, whose loss is it? Are you the one who's on the pedestal? Is he the one who's on pedestal? Well, if you're putting him on pedestal, of course you're going to think it is your loss. But it doesn't matter to him anyways, because you are the one feeling the loss still. But instead of putting him on a pedestal, try putting yourself on the pedestal. Start looking at it as, you know what? He doesn't deserve me. He cannot keep me, okay? You need to understand that the person is not showing up the way that you would want them to because they are not capable of it. Maybe he has mommy issues. Maybe he didn't have a mom growing up. Maybe he doesn't understand commitment. Maybe he's not in a mental mind space right now to get into a relationship. Maybe he is not looking for a relationship. It could be any XYZ reason, but the reason is only as relevant as you decided to be. If you are thinking that, oh, maybe he's not ready for a relationship, that becomes the story. That becomes the guy who was not ready for a relationship, but you really liked, so you had to let him go. But if you decide that, oh, maybe he didn't like me because there was something wrong with me, now that becomes your story. Now the story is, oh, there was this amazing guy who came into my life, but I was not ready for a relationship, so it didn't work out. So the story that you tell yourself in your head is the story that you are living in your life. So change the narrative. Okay, Nifty, I'm gonna change my narrative, but I cannot stop thinking about him. What do I do? Okay, let me tell you that your brain is very powerful, but it's also very basic. Your brain can only focus on one thing at a time. If you're thinking about one thought, you're only gonna think about thoughts that are in the frequency of that thought. So if you're thinking about a happy thought, if you're thinking about going on a vacation, if you're thinking about babies, if you're thinking about food, well, all these things are on a different vibration. And when you're thinking about these things, you're not necessarily thinking about this person because they are not in the same vibration. And the same thing when you're focusing on the negative, when you're listening to sad songs, watching sad love stories, and you're sitting there and you're feeling in this vibration of feeling sad, of course you're gonna think about him because he is the reason for your sadness. So choose to focus on the things that you really want to feel, because your mind cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is not. So choose to experience the feelings that you want to feel. If you want to feel loved, you could literally close your eyes and think about hugging your mom or your dad, and you would feel loved. Your heart would start beating faster. Your mind is literally going to think that you are actually having a hug with your mom, and your mind is going to start feeling that love. Your heart is going to start opening up with love and all those good things. So visualize the feelings that you want to feel instead of focusing on this person, okay? And girl, Put yourself on a pedestal, okay? Like, instead of thinking that he is the prize, he's not the prize. He's just an NPC character, okay? You are the prize. You are the most important thing in your reality. If there was no you, who's going to give him attention? If there was no you, if there was no consciousness of you, he doesn't matter. He doesn't exist. His existence is pointless. The only reason he is in this story is so he can play that role in your story, okay? So put yourself on a pedestal. Okay, I don't want you to confuse putting yourself on a pedestal with being a bad bitch, because I feel like this has become the norm on social media now. When somebody says put yourself on the pedestal, that means you don't care about anybody, anything, you only think about yourself. That is not what I'm talking about. In fact, don't be that bad bitch. I think that was a mistake I made early in my 20s, like thinking that, oh, if I'm the bad bitch, everybody is gonna, want to worship me and want to take care of me or whatever. And honestly, if you are the bad bitch, you are going to attract a crowd of people who do want to worship you and who do want to be with you. But I realized that that was not what I wanted. I wanted to be the nice girl, because that is how I am. Like, internally, I want to be the good girl. What you will notice is most men also do want that. They don't want a woman who's all bitchy and complaining, but most men who are looking for love, who are looking for connection, are not looking for wild woman or somebody who's throwing sass at you all the time, or somebody who's like looking down on you, who's talking bad to you, who's making herself seem way too high value, like you're not good enough for her. No, you don't want to be doing all those things, okay? Instead, be graceful, be gentle, be appreciative. If somebody's coming into your life and if they're giving you something, be grateful to them that they are giving that experience for you. You don't have to get attached to the person. You don't have to put them on a pedestal and start imagining your future with them. You can just be and receive. That is the feminine energy, to just be and receive and be grateful for everything that is coming into your life. In fact, I want you to be so busy and so happy and so content in your life that even if a man is coming in and if he's a 11 on 10 and he wants to be with you, who wants to spend time with you, but you are still busy because you are so busy living your life. You are so busy having fun, enjoying, having the best time of your life, honestly. And when I say this, I'm not saying this in a way to make yourself sound busy, but actually live a life where you're so happy and content with yourself that you're actually so busy and they actually have to make time to come be with you. Like, literally in my life right now, if I have to go out with somebody, I have to make appointments like a week or 2 weeks in advance, because that is how packed my life is right now. There's so much happening in my life right now that I really have to make space. I have to give appointments to people to call me or to meet me. And that is how busy I am. And even though it's not something I'm doing intentionally, I feel like that gives a much more high value vibe about me, because I'm not available for anyone or everyone. And even if I make myself available and they cancel on me once, they're never gonna see me ever again, because my time is so precious. I made time from my 2-week schedule to book a day for you and you couldn't show up. Well, I'm not wasting another day in my busy week to schedule for somebody who might be flaky. So I'm going to put myself first, and I'm not going to give my time, energy, and space to somebody who doesn't appreciate it. And when you hear this, some of you might be, but I don't want to play too hard to get. What if he loses interest? What if he goes to another woman who gives it to him easy? Well, guess what? Being easy was all it took for that man to go to that woman. Well, he is an easy man. Real men love the chase. Real men who are actually interested in pursuing you, who actually see the value in you, who actually want to be with you, will take that extra step, will take that extra initiative, will try and make themselves free and available when you are available, because they see your value. And if this XYZ person does not make that time for you, well, let him go. There will be another man, okay? He is not the only person in the world. Remember what I said? You take his focus away from that person doesn't even exist anymore, okay? So let him go be with his dusty, crusty girls or whoever he wants to be with. We don't give a shit. We are not in that gang. We are not in that low frequency vibration where he can just come and hit you up anytime and you're available for him. No, we're not doing that. That is very 2021 whatever energy, okay? That's the past energy. We're not doing that anymore. Okay, another thing which most of you find it hard to accept is keep your options open. Just because you met this one man who potentially seems like everything you've wanted, who in your mind you've already made him to be the knight in shining armor. You think that he is the one, you are already planning a future with him. Everything is great, it's awesome, but, baby girl, keep your options open. Do not get too attached to a man, because to a man, that is the most cringy thing there is. Okay? But if you are somebody who is simping over a guy, who's always available for him, who's always texting him and being there for him, men do not like that. Straight up. Like, if you're his girlfriend and he's like put in work to try and get you and persuade you, and he's put in all the time and energy, and he's emotionally connected to you, well, that's a completely different thing. But if you are early in your dating stage and you're just meeting this person, you're going out with them, you're getting to know each other, getting to know the vibes, at this stage you should have your options available. You should be seeing more than one man. This is something that you're doing not just for the sake of keeping yourself busy, but also to protect your energy. Because I've noticed this, I was the kind who would like meet one person and then I would like stop seeing all other men in my reality, because I was like, oh my god, no, this is it, this is it, this is it. Guess where that got me? Nowhere. It just got my heart broken a little bit, which we're working on anyways. Men always do that. Men always keep their options available. Even if they're seeing you, even if they're in the dating stage, they're probably seeing like some other women on the side, not because they're cheating on you, not because they don't like you or anything like that, just because they like to keep their options open. Like, what if this person that they went on 2 dates with is an angel and beautiful and soft and gentle, but on the 3rd day she turns into a blood-sucking monster, Never know. You never know. This guy could be like telling you all the things that you want to hear, but end of the day, maybe he's just a narcissist who just wants to get what he wants. Okay? So keep your options open. So this way, when somebody in your reality breaks your heart or, doesn't show up the way you want them to, you always have another option to fall back towards. And this is you protecting yourself. This is you protecting your energy. So you don't feel like, oh my God, I'm so unwanted. Nobody wants to be with me. Oh my God, I put so much energy and time into this guy and he left me. So you don't feel all these things. And one thing that I really, really want to stress on, which I kind of started changing my mindset about this very recently as well, is when somebody comes into your life and you are fantasizing about them, you are manifesting them, you're thinking all these fake imaginary scenarios in your head, which make you feel really good. Even if things do not work out, I want you to remember that these feelings, these emotions that you felt, this doesn't go away. It only goes away if you choose to think that, oh my God, all these feelings and thoughts and dreams that I have been shattered. Instead of looking at it that way, start thinking of it that, oh my God, I experienced all these things. Even though it was just in my head, I still experienced all these things. And that is raising my frequency. So even though this person does not come into my life, I'm attracting something else that is going to be in this frequency. Even though this person could not show up for me the way that I was imagining, I'm still manifesting that energy of feeling good and excited. And somebody else is going to come up. Universe is going to send me something better that is going to match this frequency of excitement that I was feeling. I remember one day I was on work and I was thinking about a date that I was potentially supposed to go on with this one guy, and I was so happy, I was so excited, I was so giggly, and I was like just sitting and giggling, and a coworker of mine sees me and she's like, Nifty, looks like you are very excited about something. And I was like, yeah, I am very excited. And guess what, that date never happened. I never went out with that person. But does that mean that feelings and vibration and emotions and excitedness and the giddiness that I was feeling is gone? No. That is something that I've still put up into my emotional vortex, and the universe is eventually gonna send me somebody who matches all those feelings that I was feeling. Even if it's not that person, somebody else is gonna match it. So be grateful for the experiences that person is bringing you. Even though most of it is just you, it's just you in your head and imagining all these scenarios and having such an amazing time in your head. Be grateful to yourself, but also be grateful that this person, XYZ person, even though they weren't the one you thought you were, they're still giving you this opportunity to experience these things inside of yourself. Always remember that you are the prize, and change your self-concept. If you are somebody who constantly believes that, men don't want to be with you, or, you get cheated on, or men, they come into your life, they're there for a while and then they leave. This is your self-concept. You need to really work on your self-concept. concept and change it, because end of the day, everybody is going to show up in your life the way that you are going to think about yourself. If you don't change your self-concept, if you don't change the way that you think and feel about yourself, eventually the other person is going to also think and feel about you the way you think and feel about yourself. So show up as the new you, and eventually when you are working towards healing and getting better and showing up as the new you and attracting new and better things and people into your life, there are gonna be times when you are going to want to act like your past self. Even now, I feel like, I start going out with men and things are working out, and suddenly one day I act in a way that is not in alignment with who I am right now, but it is a trauma response from the way that the teenage Nifty used to act. And anytime I act like that, I find that, okay, I've sabotaged what I have in my current reality by acting in a way that is not in alignment with who I am anymore. That is how Nifty in the past, that is how teenage Nifty would have acted. And sometimes we are urged to act that way just because we are so used to acting like that, right? If somebody says something to you that is triggering something for you from the past, we are tempted to act the way we used to do in the past. So this is something that you could be a little bit more mindful about, that stop repeating those patterns from the past. Start living as the new you, like truly embody that new you energy, truly embody that high value energy, so you don't make the same mistakes that you did in the past. And be your own hero. Be that independent boss woman. Have your own money. Be in a position where if something ever doesn't go your way, you can literally take everything you have and just leave, because you have that power. And in this time and age, money gives you that power. So be a woman who is financially stable and secure in herself. I have seen friends who have completely lost everything because the man left them, because they weren't taking care of themselves financially. So keep yourself in that financial place where you are feeling that power, where you have that power to walk away from situations that do not serve you. And do not let social media fool you, okay? All this thing about being the bad bitch, being the player, and all that, that is fine. That is just a society of traumatized people who have let their heart be hurt too many times, that now they're putting up these shields and all these things that we're doing, going out on multiple dates, seeing multiple people, and being the player, and all these things are only cool because that is the generation that we live in. We live in a generation where people are scared to be vulnerable, people are scared to open up and love deeply. But end of the day, every single one of us, that is what we crave. We crave to be loved. We crave to be with one person. We crave to have that soulmate connection. That is what we truly desire. And don't let social media fool you. Don't let other people's trauma and your own trauma and your hurt dictate that this is what I'm going to be like just because, it's happened like this for me in the past. Know that you can choose how you want to live your life. And I want you to live the best fucking life you can possibly live. And with that person who is the most important person in your life, that is you on that pedestal. Always, always, always put yourself on that pedestal before anybody else. Put your needs, your desires, your wants before anybody else. Even if you're doing something for somebody else, you need to understand that you are doing it because it makes you feel good to do something for somebody else. So always remember that, put yourself first. And I will leave you guys with that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you had some nice takeaways from this. Hopefully you are learning to take back your power and to be that woman, that feminine goddess that you were meant to be. And if you are enjoying this video, please do leave a like, subscribe to my channel as I come out with a new video pretty often, and leave a comment. I love reading comments. Hopefully this video is really helping you take back your power and become that feminine warrior, goddess, whatever it is that you embody to be. And I'll leave you guys with that. Thank you for watching. Bye.